Iceland is one of the most geologically active and sparsely populated countries on Earth, with a modern, high-tech society built on top of a very young, volcanic island. Here are the main areas in more detail, in plain language and without linking out. 1. Geography and landscapes. Position, in the North Atlantic, roughly between Greenland and Norway. Just south of the Arctic Circle, only a small offshore island, Grimsey, lies on the circle itself. Size and shape, about 103,000 square kilometers, similar to Kentucky or Portugal. Coastline is deeply indented in the west and north, fjords, and smoother in the south, long black sand plains. Major natural regions, coastal lowlands, where nearly all towns, farms, and roads are. Central highlands, cold desert of lava, sand, rock, and ice, almost no permanent residents, lots of mountain huts and tracks. Glaciers, cover 10% of the country. Largest is Vatnajökull, which alone is bigger than some European countries. Others, Langjökull, Hofsjökull, Myrtilsjökull, age of geological. Fjords, deep-sea inlets carved by glaciers, especially in the west fjords and the east fjords. Volcanic features, hundreds of volcanoes, many active in historic times. Famous systems include Hekla, Katla, Barbunga, age of geological, and the Ridgeane systems close to Reykjavik. Numerous lava fields, craters, calderas, and geothermal areas with hot springs, mud pots, geysers, and steam vents. Tectonic setting, sits on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the North American and Eurasian plates move apart. At Þingvellir, you can actually stand in the rift between the plates. The valley is slowly widening. 2. Climate and natural phenomena. Type, maritime, cool, and changeable. Much milder than you'd expect at this latitude because of the warm North Atlantic current. Temperatures, very approximate winter, February often around 0 degrees Celsius on the coast, colder inland and in the north. Summer, June, August commonly 10 to 15 degrees Celsius on the coast. It can get warmer on rare sunny days, but it never gets hot by continental standards. Daylight extremes, summer, very long days. In June it never gets fully dark in most of the country, the midnight sun effect. Winter, very short days, only a few hours of weak daylight around midwinter, especially in the north. Northern lights and midnight sun, aurora borealis, northern lights visible on dark, clear nights roughly from late August to April, best away from city lights. Midnight sun, especially intense in the north, even near Reykjavik there is usable light almost 24 hours per day at midsummer. Weather character, very changeable, sun, rain, wind, and snow can all appear in one day. Strong winds and storms in autumn and winter are common. The country issues serious road and storm warnings. 3. People, society, and economy. Population, around 370,000 to 400,000 people in total. More than 2/3 live in or around Reykjavik, the capital region. Very low population density, large areas are completely uninhabited. Language and identity. Official language is Icelandic, a North Germanic language closely related to Old Norse. The written language has changed relatively little, so people can still read medieval sagas in the original. Most Icelanders speak very good English, and many also speak a third language, often Danish, German, or another Nordic language. Government, a parliamentary republic. The national parliament, the Althing, is one of the oldest continuous parliaments in the world, founded in 930 as a general assembly at Þingvellir. Economy, historically based on fishing and sheep farming. Today, A mix of fishing and seafood processing, geothermal and hydropower energy, tourism, tech/IT, and some finance and creative industries. Renewable energy is a huge feature. Almost all electricity and heating come from hydropower and geothermal plants, giving very low direct fossil fuel use for power and heating. Standard of living, generally high, strong social safety net, high education levels, relatively low corruption, and extensive gender equality policies. History and brief settlement. First permanent settlers were Norse, Viking, explorers and farmers, arriving in the late 9th century, often with Irish/Scottish slaves or companions. Early society was organized around chieftains and an assembly, Althing, rather than a king on the island. Commonwealth to Union. From 930 to 1262/64, Iceland was a kind of independent commonwealth under its own laws. Later it entered unions first with Norway, then with Denmark. Over time it became a Danish dependency.